Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we've got SM's newest boy group today. Like I've been proceeding recently, you know, I'm gonna do like an all-in-one kind of reaction. Though I have to say I already checked Siren out. It's only like a video of like 1 minute long or something, 1:30. Yeah, not even 1:30, so I've already checked it out on my own. That means that I'm left with Memories and then the title track, their debut, which is Get a Guitar or Get a Guitar. Now you guys know, if you know me, I enjoy discussing things with you, so let's discuss. If you're not into that, you know, just skip ahead, it's fine. But I wanted to have your point of view on the whole. Wait, so title obviously I already know of. Inseok, Sungchan, which we already know of. Then we've got Wonbin, like the actor Wonbin, and then we've got Seunghan. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Then Soe and Anton. Oh, so everyone's an adult here. Oh, I think it's really interesting to see how much noise and how much controversies are being created around their debut. And I think this might be one of the downside, if you want, of like being part of the big three, or like, well, the big five now, I think this called. But like, we often talk about the privileges of debuting under one of the big companies, you know. I guess there's also a downside to it, which means you're under a lot more scrutiny. You're being judged really quickly. And while the company you're under, which is big, might be able to help you because it is a big company, it also means that the public's eyes are going to be a lot more judgmental, I guess, because they are part of a bigger company. It's one of the first things that I thought of, that I noticed when I was, you know, kind of like looking at them before their debut and everything. And obviously there was this issue, if you want, with Seunghan. Now I've seen that SM has taken the proper steps to protect him, I guess we could say it like that, you know. And because I'm not aware of like the details, I'm not gonna go into that kind of thing. I was curious to know what you guys thought about him having to apologize and what your thoughts are regarding how we should accept or not what an idol has done prior to his like professional career. Does that make sense? So to me, the way I see it, him having to apologize for something that is so mundane, like having a girlfriend, like having to apologize for being in a relationship before debuting, like just that sentence alone, just that alone is ridiculous. And I think him having to apologize for that kind of like perpetuates a toxic mentality and a toxic relationship between the idol and the fans. Because with this kind of behavior, you know, them always apologizing for being in a relationship or whatnot, or being something that is remotely human without the approbation of the fandom or whatever, only reinforces the idea that the idols are kind of like enslaved to the fandom's will and want and wish and everything. That somehow the fans own the idol and own their life and what they should be doing, what they should not be doing. So that's why like my first reaction upon seeing like his apology post was like, why is that even a thing? Considering also that he hasn't debuted back then. That was his personal life. He hasn't debuted yet. He didn't have any fandom yet at that point. It wasn't Seunghan the idol. He was Hong Seunghan the person back then. Like if you want to, you know, categorize each as like a different entity. And really, when I saw that he apologized for something so mundane, so normal, at first I was taken aback. And I was like, why? And then I kind of like got mad a little. And then I was like, I was almost pitying him, because I'm like, this situation right here will forever haunt him. Like, he hasn't debuted yet, and he's gotten a taste of like the bad side of the industry, you know? Like, I'm not saying like all of, you know, our idols are like innocent and everything, you know, they've done things, you know, they're human at the end of the day. And some idols have done things that are more serious than not, you know, before or during their idol life, etc. But I'm sure the reaction from people to a certain situation and issue, you know, must be traumatizing to someone who is new to the industry. So yeah, bottom line, I think it was far-fetched to ask an apology of him. I don't think it was necessary, really. One thing that came to mind was, hey, you know what? If he was in a relationship before debuting, and even if he's in one now, being in love and everything, that would only contribute to him singing better. Because at least he would have an understanding of what he's singing about if they are singing about love. Do you know what I mean? I was like, yes! And it's always crazy how quickly things can get out of hand and how quickly some people just jump on the occasion to like destroy someone's upcoming career or whatever, just for the sake of it, for like a little bit of like fame or whatever. I think it's just really sad how some people can just see something and run with it. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm immune to this kind of, you know, reaction and everything. I'm not better, you know, just putting it out there. I am also very much like gullible. I try not to. The K-pop industry, especially those recent years, has really taught me not to be too trusty immediately of the scandals, if you want, until we've got enough proof. And even so, sometimes there will never be enough proof. There will be, you know, he said, she said kind of situation. And I know that there are situations where I cannot cast a judgment because I just don't know. I would rather say that I don't know than cast a judgment on something and potentially ruin someone's career. You know, not that I'm that important, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to feel responsible for something so big. Anyways, I know this was the serious talk and everything, but I really would love to know what you guys are thinking of this, and how do you think the company should have handled this if you aren't agreeing with how they went about it. So yeah, I just wanted to take a little bit of time to discuss this with you guys, because you guys do bring me like a perspective that I sometimes need, you know. That's why I go to you guys for this kind of thing. So yeah, now with that said, we've got Memories here, and I'm pretty sure Get a Guitar just came out. Yep. Sorry, 254? Come on. Anyways, so let's start with Memories first. You know how Enhypen have like one of those like Enhypen in their titles every time? I'd love, I mean, it's already not the case, but I would have loved for Rise to have, here you pronounce it Memories, but it could have been Memorize. Oh! Like, memorize is another thing, actually. Is it memories or memorize? I don't know if there's enough words finishing in rise or like with rise in it anyway, so... Anyways. English captions on, let's go. That's pretty. That's pretty. There.
Big flows, 여름을 걷지. Days off, 난 멋있고 싶지. For show, 우린 하나였지. East to the south, to the north, to the west side. We ride. Don't wanna waste all this feeling. I got a taste. 이 바람을 난 놓치고 싶지 않아. 갑자기 느껴진 거야. Don't wanna waste all this feeling. 힘껏 하고 꿈을 꾸네. 내가 제일
This hair though, I'm sorry. Wait, I thought that he was the vocalist. He gives me so much the vibes of like The Boys. Sinan. He looks like a The Boys member. Damn.
가슴이 뛰는 네 감정을 원했지. 이 느낌 memories 아름다운 dreams we shine. 예를 들어봐 you're on fire. 너와 원샷 흩어진 포즈의 완성. 빛나던 계절 이제 모두 외쳐 awesome. 우리들만의 색으로 우리들 마음 시작이라고 말하고 싶은 거야.
Oh, stop, that's so sad. The chorus? Okay, wow, they know what they were doing with Wonbin. Holy fuck. I've been seeing like pictures of him from the airport, you know, when they went to KCON LA. And I think my brain logged out for a second, or it was bugging or something. It was loading. I was just staring at his picture and I was like, are you kidding me? He's like a mix of like Dio, Kai, Songhwa from ATEEZ as well. I think maybe it's the hair or something. Taehyung's eyes. I don't know. There's like, he's... Wow. Anyways, what was it? Yes, the chorus. The chorus is so retro and I was not expecting it here. But I don't know if it's the synthé or whatever that is, you know, that sound. But I'm not saying that the song sounds similar, but it's the nostalgia vibe, melancholic vibe. It's almost like the throwback sound that reminds me of The Feeling by SHINee, which I fucking love. I don't know, there is something that is nostalgic but in a very like romantic way. It's not even that the song is romantic, it's just the romantic side of nostalgia, if that makes sense. Well, the song is called Memories, which makes so much sense. This song almost gives me the feeling of them creating memories now, but it feels like this song is almost them from the future looking back on the memories that they're making now, if that makes sense. Also, it really is giving that feeling of like fond memories. That's why I'm saying that it's got a romantic side to it. It's not romantic as in like love interest or whatever, it's just those like fond memories that you are creating with people you are fond of, and it's that love that I'm talking about. I think they really managed to capture the lightheartedness of the young years, the recklessness almost, but like the freedom that being reckless gives you when you are young and, you know, in company of good people. Alright, so very different from Siren. For sure. Siren woke me up. Like when I watched it, I was like, oh, okay. Pre-releases always tend to be very different from the title track anyways, so anyways, get a guitar, let's go.
If you want something to play with,
oh. Out of everything they could have done, I don't have... He reminds me so much of Kevin, I think. Yeah, I would not have guessed this kind of music. Hold on. Ooh.
If you want something to play with, get a guitar.
Oh, I know this one. This theater. Inventive. Oh, what is this? Wait, I guess those are very like... Hey, stop! Wow. Is he really the one playing though? Cause... Oh, it sounds like another one Bite the Dust. I mean, it's very like... I guess it's what really like... very popular tune. You know what I love? How they're smiling and laughing when dancing. That is incredibly precious, but also the song is way too short. Alright, I am pleasantly surprised. You know, like I said, out of every style, like every kind of music that they could have done, I would never have guessed this. And honestly, when you manage to surprise me, you've already won my heart by like 50%. So that's already a win to me. I'm saying this because, well, I've been a fan for a long time. I'm not saying that the K-pop industry has gone stale, but like I'm saying that I guess at some point there is just so much you can do in terms of like, you know, concepts. I feel like, especially with boy group, I feel like for boy group, sometimes companies are kind of like afraid to go outside of the box. That's also one of the reasons why I think a lot of the K-pop community has turned towards, you know, more girl groups lately. Because I feel like somehow those girl groups bring more diversity when it comes to concept and execution. At least that's how I see it. And also with a group coming from SM, I feel like it's almost hard to detach yourself from what SM has been creating lately, music-wise. Once again, I hope that what I'm saying makes sense, but this is very different. I'm really pleasantly surprised that they went for such music. You know that feeling of nostalgia that I was talking about earlier? Well, here also, if I could describe the music, I mean those two songs, well, even Siren to some degree, they're kind of like throwback music done with a modern twist. There's something that is very reminiscent of back then, you know. I wouldn't be able to tell you which era precisely, but yeah. So it allows me to have a taste of, you know, that nostalgic melancholy that I'm talking about, and that taste of, you know, newness, which is really refreshing. I personally love both of those feelings, you know, and so when you put them together like this and you give me something that is groovy, well, is it groovy? It's... yeah! It's smooth! Yeah, that's the same, that's kind of like, those are the same notes, are like dun, dun, dun. No, I don't know. The beginning reminded me so much of Butter. This right here. Look at Shotaro's face. He's just so happy to be here, like, look at him! I love it. Oh, I really like it. I was not expecting to like it so much. To be completely truthful with you, I thought it was either going to be a hit or a miss, and I'm actually really kind of like relieved to know that I'm digging this like a lot more than I thought I would. And I'm even more surprised because like this is not the kind of music that I'm listening to nowadays, like at all. I can see myself listening to this in the morning and it kind of like gives you a different kind of like bounce in your steps. Do you know what I mean? It kind of like gives you that vitamin, that, is it dopamine? Serotonin? Whatever that's called, you know. I feel like this is one of those songs that if you want to start the day on a good note, listen to this. And it will put you in a good mood. I just can't get over Shotaro's smile. Like, he's just, this was also very precious, isn't it? Oh, okay. You know, I've been doing this long enough to know when the bait has been bitten. Like, there was a bait. This music was the bait. And I bit. I can recognize the telltale signs of me becoming interested in a group, and this is happening right here. I'm not yet hooked. I bit. I'm not yet hooked. We'll see how, you know, it will evolve in the future. So yeah, alright. So on those words, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.